Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into setting up parental controls on the Grandstream GWN7062M Wi-Fi router. I'm signed into the device. I'm in the basic section in the left menu and I'm selected on home care. In the home care section, you have three tabs: parental control, which is currently under beta, and this is where we're going to be spending most of our time today. We have a security firewall tab, which I have enabled the basic defense in a recent video, and then we have a tab for safe search. And if you enable the safe search feature, basically this is going to enforce safe search across all the major search engines. Just simply toggle it on and make sure you hit save. But for now, we're just going to leave that off. I want to spend most of the time under parental controls. So you have a couple of things here. You have block internet access for all unmanaged clients. So if I turn that on, then any device connected to the GWN7062M's Wi-Fi will not have internet access. And then you can control what devices do have access by adding them here under the client list, and we're going to show you how to do that. Now, this type of parental control is great for families with young children who are in school if they want to set up a schedule for allowing internet access, maybe restricting it in the evenings while it's their bedtime, or only maybe controlling how many hours in the day that they're allowed to be on the internet, all sorts of things like that. You can do URL filtering and app filtering, and also you have a parental information page where you can actually go in and see the statistics on the usage, on the child's usage. So we're going to get into all that, but now let's get back to the actual setup. So as of right now, I have block internet access for all unmanaged clients enabled. Now, therefore, that means any device connected to this router's Wi-Fi, like my iPad here is currently connected. If I switch to the top-down camera, you'll be able to see that I will not be able to access the internet at this time. So if I hit Safari and I search, let's say we want to go to yahoo.com, and you can see we're just getting a blank page. Yahoo.com is not loading. So that is the whole concept, and that's what we're going to set up today. So let's go ahead and add the iPad to the client list here. Let's click the add button, and we have two ways of adding clients. We could do it from the clients that are connected to the router, or we can add them manually using the MAC address. Now, speaking of MAC addresses, make sure if your device uses randomized MAC addresses that you turn that off or you disable that. For example, on the iPad and iPhone, or basically iOS devices in general, if you go into the settings and you go to the information of the Wi-Fi that it's connected to, there'll be an option there for fixed MAC address or rotation. Make sure you're set to fixed. This way you'll be able to manage the device. If you set it to rotation, then it will change periodically, and then the rules that you put into place on the GWN7062M won't take effect. You won't be able to manage the device. Now, I can't speak to Android users because I don't have an Android. I don't know where that setting would be on an Android device. I'm sure somewhere in the settings, but I can't really tell you how that would be accomplished. So in any event, we're going to come here and we're going to go to add, and I'm going to say select from clients, and it should see my iPad, which is right here. So I'm going to select my iPad, save. Now we have it. So there's the iPad. So now we can set up and configure all the different parameters for the iPad. So the internet time limit, this configures the time period when the internet is blocked. So if we enable this, you can see what it's doing here. It's giving you two options: school nights from Sunday to Thursday from, let's see, 9 p.m. at night to 7 a.m. in the morning. There will be no internet access allowed. And then on weekends, if you want to be a little bit more lenient, they're allowing the child to use the internet up until 11 p.m. And then from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., it's not available. Now, you can modify the times on both sides if you'd like, but we're just going to leave it set to the default for now. Now, if you look at the time duration of the internet use, this configures the duration of the internet connection. So basically, while the internet is allowed, which would be all other times that are not in the block time, you could set parameters like during school days only allow 2 hours. So in that time from the time that is allowed to use the internet, you can limit them to 2 hours or whatever. You could say no limit during the time that it's allowed, but if you want to manage screen time, you can go in and set a parameter like 2 hours or 3 hours, and then you could also set the minutes as well. Same thing for weekends. You can see the sample here is allowing a little bit more time on the weekends, but in any event, you have blocking the internet in the first area here using the internet time limit, and then using the time duration of the internet use, you can manage the amount of time that is being spent on the screen. So moving down to app filtering. Now it's interesting here because by default they're allowing everything under app filtering and website filtering. I would personally do it the opposite way as a parent. I would block everything. I would have everything over in the left columns here and then move them over and allow what I want to allow. But in any event, let's go with it this way. So under, let's see, app filtering, let's just say we wanted to block the child from seeing YouTube. So if we look here, I believe YouTube is under entertainment. You can see all the different entertainment apps that can be blocked. Let's scroll all the way down. And there is YouTube TV, YouTube Kids. Let's just search it out because I'm not seeing it. Okay, so there it is. There's YouTube. We could actually block YouTube Kids, YouTube Music, and why not YouTube TV. Select them all, move them over, and now you can see those 4 apps will be blocked. So we have that set up. You could do the same thing with actual website filtering. Now, I would typically, like I said, I would move everything over to, this is my personal opinion, over to the block side and just start allowing what I want the kids to have access to. But in any event, let's do it the way Grandstream has it set up. Why not? Let's just block the entire adult, mixed adult, and lingerie for now. Let's move them over to the block side, and you see that's how easy it really is to do. And then down here you can actually block individual URLs. So for now I'm going to test blocking my own website, quicktechsolutions.com. So let me add that in. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit save. All right, so now once we've set up all the parameters, you can see them here under the client list for that device. You can see that we've blocked internet time, school nights, Sunday to Thursday, weekends, Friday and Saturday. Here's the allowed time with the limits. Over here, this is a nice feature. Let's say we wanted to add another device, a new device, and apply the same rules that we have set up for this iPad to that new device. You can click on the plus sign here and add the device from either the client list or add it manually, and it will automatically have those features that were set up. So as you can see there, everything that we set up. So that's a neat feature for speeding up the addition if you have multiple devices that you want to apply to the same rules. Again, the little edit menu here edits the actual rules we just set up. And then here, parents can go in here, and what you can do here, you have 3 options. You have add time, block internet, and online information. So let's just say they hit that 2-hour limit during the allowed time that they were able to surf the internet. If for whatever reason you felt generous as a parent and you wanted to allow more, you can go ahead here and hit add time, and then you could add an additional 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours, depending on the situation. So that's a nice feature to have. And then let's say you have a situation where they're in their allowed time, but they did something that displeased you and you wanted to just block them immediately. You can do that here by hitting block internet, and then you get the message that says, after blocking, this device will not be able to access the internet today Do you want to block the iPad? And I'm going to say obviously cancel for now, but parents would say block internet if that's the option they so wish to choose. And then finally, under online information, you can see here some of the statistics, the remaining time. I haven't been online with the device at all yet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to test out the rules that we put in place. But you can see you can look for today, yesterday, or the last 7 days. So that said, let's switch over now to the top-down camera. And we've blocked YouTube on this iPad, as well as we actually put in the address for my own website. So we're going to try to hit YouTube from this device, and we're going to try to hit my website from Safari. So let me bring the top-down camera back. And first thing we'll do is I'll hit YouTube here. And let's just go to the home page. Now you can see here, subscriptions are not loading. And this is loading, but let me quit this app for a second because that shouldn't be loading whatsoever. I have so many apps open, I apologize, but let's get them all closed. And now let's try to launch YouTube again. There you go. And you can see now that YouTube on the home page is not loading. And eventually we should get a timed out message. But what we're going to do next is we're going to go over to Safari. And we're going to, now you see Yahoo loaded, but I'm going to type in my website. And you can see the page isn't loading. We're still stuck on the Yahoo website. Okay, so now that while we're here, let's go to my iPhone, which is connected to the GWN 7062M, but because it is not in the list of clients here, my iPhone, I should say, should have absolutely no access to the internet. So let's go to DuckDuckGo and trying to go to ups.com, USPS.com, and it's not loading there. Let me just quit some of the apps I have open. And again, I have a lot of apps open, so I do apologize. All right, let's try to go to YouTube. And you can see that YouTube is not loading. And again, that's because my iPhone does not have access at all because it is being blocked completely by this right here that says block internet access for unmanaged clients. Now, let's go back to the iPad for a second. Okay, back on the iPad now. So the only website that I blocked was Quick Tech Solutions, and you can see the Yahoo page is still up. Quick Tech Solutions did not load. I should be able to go to, let's see, what's another page? Let's go to Wikipedia, and you can see how fast Wikipedia loaded. Let's go to Google Maps, and you can see Google Maps is loading quickly. But again, if I try to go to my own website, well, you can't see it, but the little status bar across the top is stuck, and we're still on the Google Maps page. So there you go, folks. There's a quick look at setting up the parental controls in the GWN 7062M. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions about it, please put them in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please click the video on the screen, and thank you so much for watching.